press conference was held at the BJP head office in Kohima to celebrate Viksit Bharat Ka Amrit Kal Seva, Susashan Garib Kalyan Ke 11 Saal, marking 11 years of the Modi government. The World Day Against Child Labour was observed on June 12, 2025, at Central Plaza Food Court, PR Hill, Kohima, in a program jointly organized by the Labour Department and the District Task Force, Kohima. The World Day Against Child Labour was observed in Mokokchung on June 12, 2025, with an awareness program themed "Progress is clear, but there's more to do. Let's speed up efforts." The Governor of Nagaland hosted a felicitation program for HSLC and HSSLC toppers and achievers at Raj Bhawan in Kohima, recognizing students who excelled in the 2025 examinations. A devastating plane crash occurred near Ahmedabad Airport on Thursday when an Air India flight bound for London crashed shortly after takeoff, resulting in at least 40 fatalities. Hello viewers, you are watching Nltv English Primetime. This is Shamita Singha. Here is the news in details. A press conference was held at the BJP head office in Kohima to celebrate Viksit Bharat Ka Amrit Kal Seva, Susashan Garib Kalyan Ke 11 Saal, marking 11 years of the Modi government. Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patten emphasized that the government has transformed service into a commitment, good governance into a culture, and prioritized security. Patten highlighted India's progress under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, securing borders, strengthening the economy, and bringing technology to every citizen. Minister Temjen Imna Along also praised the government achievements focusing on Seva and Susashan to uplift the poor and dedicated to develop India with good governance. The government has reportedly made significant strides in various sectors.
The tenure of the Modi government will be written in a golden words in the history of India. This period is becoming a golden era of the Sankalp Ki city for developed India and self-reliant India. These 11 years of journey was not work by Prime Minister Modi ji alone, but by dedicating himself for uplifting the hard work, sacrifice, and dreams of 140 crores Indians. This era of Modi's governance has laid a strong foundation for India's future. It is as difficult to summarize this 11 years continuous journey in one speech or press conference as it is to summarize an entire life into a few pages. Today, under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, where there is technology, there is progress. Where there is a BJP government, there is welfare for the poor. Governance is now service. The government is now participative. Good governance is now a cultural. India has embarked on its Amrit Kal towards becoming a developed nation over the past 11 years. Before 2014, the mindset was, how will this happen? It is not possible. Today's mindset is, it will happen and it must happen, because if Modi is there, it's possible. Modi government brought a politics of performance in Indian politics. Under Modi ji's leadership, the government has become responsive, responsible, accountable, reform performance, transform-oriented, and participatory. Before 2014, India was plagued with corruption, schemes, and appeasement politics. But today, we talk about development, innovation, and transformation. Earlier benefits from government schemes did not reach people. Middlemen swallowed the funds. Today, direct benefit transfer, DBT, are credited funds straight into citizens' accounts. Earlier, people fear medical expenses. Now, free treatment is available under Ayushman Bharat. Earlier, we were dependent on import. Today, we lead in export due to Make India. Earlier, we were among the world's frugal economies. Today, India is on the path to become the fourth largest economy. These 11 years have been of development, trust, and transformation. Every citizen is now witnessing and experiencing a changing India. The tenure of the Modi government will be written in a
The World Day Against Child Labour was observed on June 12, 2025 at Central Plaza Food Court, PR Hill, Kohima. In a program jointly organized by the Labour Department and the District Task Force, Kohima, the event aimed to raise awareness about child labour and reinforce collective commitment towards its eradication. Key highlights included a musical performance by children from KV Children's Home, an awareness speech on child labour laws, and a pledge against child labour taken by attendees. Speakers emphasized the importance of coordinated efforts to safeguard children's rights and prevent child labour practices. The United Nations believes that child labour can be ended if everyone, including governments and people, work together to fix the main problems that cause it, like poverty and lack of education.
Movement start korado amagan tempo do lo pick up kuro awareness kuri gina ide do bisi dili uise bolbi hona nai dikha nai dui koi dai itu karne aji do word khanbe sobki matise aro itu nisina lagia khan amagan ekta family hobo nimide kun ase goina itu family di diri bole itu thagise itu bhangi sob matise apni gan sob ahanande kushi baise itu assistant labor commissioner Kohima already koise itu international day asle India lagaiba noy Bangladesh lagaiba noy aro itu theme di ase itu bi international labor organization ba day for the whole world, ILO, okay? Tili made, itu laga bimar lo, kali amagan laga noy. Entire world is facing this epidemic of child labor and child abuse, okay? So that's the reason why ILO has picked it up and then taken it for the entire world. There are two conventions, very important conventions. ILO Convention number 182, worst forms of child labor. Aro 138, minimum age convention. Itu the place pergina. Amahan itu aji itu whole world de amahan mishna bohigina responsible khan. Itu laga din mani ase. Aji ami khuda koro namde. Pacha Khan, Hat Kawali Nabaigana, Loli to Yadi Kohima de Hore, Tupra Kandi Hego Parade. There are children who are crying out, even as I speak. Amaya de Ramura Boyase, Kohima de Hagibo, whole world of Kata. Children are suffering. Dagan khili ko lage, dagan free bra parents kan logo dia aram bra bohi boli laga, Aro sikibule laga school jabule laga itu time de amahan isina kanbra othai gina ani gina takhan laga life prime time of their life we rock the prime time of their life. That's the reason why we are having this.
The World Day Against Child Labor was observed in Mokokchung on June 12, 2025. With an awareness program themed Progress is Clear but There's No More to Do, let's speed up efforts. The event held at the Conference Hall DC Office Mokokchung brought together officials, legal experts and labor inspectors to discuss the ongoing fight against child labor. Deputy Commissioner Shri Ajit Kumar Verma emphasized that child labor deprives children of their childhood and education, while Advocate Chubarenla highlighted poverty as a key perpetuator, often disguised as domestic help. Speakers stressed the importance of collective action, government schemes and legal interventions to prevent child labor and provide education opportunities. This year's observance aligns with the global theme of accelerating efforts to end child labor, recognizing progress made while acknowledging the need for further action.
Already, it is team there that can education. Progress is clear. Progress to pollution is obvious, is visible to all of us. Already, there are more to do. This is progress. Mohan progress to 1986 के पास बना है one to be around 39-40 years. It is बना पिछले. Then in mainland country also there has been a lot of implementation of labor laws which are very strict in the nature. जो लेबर लॉस ठीक फॉलो करते तो फैक्ट्री भी शिफ्ट हो जाती है. So this is very strict and government is also implementing. But the main part, most important part is left is the sensitization of the public and the society, the parents. इसी वक्त तो इकोनॉमिक कंडीशन में ठीक न थका हुआ तो अलग जगह जरूर बच्चा कान 20 थका दो 5-10 थका दो ऐ बच्चा कान तो 10 तरह से तय लगा अंकल के पढ़ाई दो ताजे पढ़ाई दो बगैर technically भागवराई सारे तो ना हो. But difference between the you can say the positive development of a kid and having that kid in particular under pressure or compressed situation तो तय लगा control होना रखा तो तय लगा development तय लगा feelings तय लगा emotions और तय लगा aspirations also. बच्चा खाना भी सोचा भी शायद तो उन बड़े काम वाला बच्चा भी वो भी काम को लेना है तो उन्होंने भी they have also dreams, but there is no way out for those kids which are already under the agreement of the labor, particular labor, or they are being captured by a particular industrial area. itu kan isna काम को विषय है तो इतने इसना solution था तो the development of society will never be sustainable and positive. itu direction को ठीक ना हो.
Factories coming and industries coming and so we may think that there is no child labor. Child labor we have in mind, it is put in mind in our community. But I am very sorry to say that child labor exists in our community. However, child labor is often disguised as, it's often disguised as domestic helpers here in our place. Many young child, sometimes 10 years or 12 years of age, arrives in our place from remote villages as a domestic helper, driven by poverty, their families send them to Gukchung or any places, any urban places, and with a hope of education or financial support. But instead, these children are often facing exploitation. These young helpers often clean homes, cook, wash clothes, run errands, and the reality is that many children miss their classes due to exhaustion or because of their unfinished household works. Some endure physical or mental hardship as well, feeling isolated and hopeless. And that is child labor. Work that harms their physical, mental, or educational well-being is a part of that. The Child Labor Act and Article 24 of the Indian Constitution clearly states that no child below the age of 14 years may work in any occupation, which includes domestic work as well. Consider the story of a child, a 13-year-old child coming to Gukchung, and with the hope that he will be admitted in a school, but instead he is working at home, working long hours, running errands, doing all the things that an adult must be doing. School is an afterthought, you know? School is just like something next to impossible for them.
Already, ite agi team dia kita akan education. Progress is clear. Progress to pollution mohan is obvious, is visible to all of us. Already, there are more to do.
Viewers, will be back after a short break. Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Nltv English Primetime. The Labor Department, in collaboration with the District Task Force, Dimapur, organized an awareness program on June 12, 2025 to commemorate World Day Against Child Labor. The event theme, "Progress is clear, but there's more to do. Let's speed up efforts," aimed to strengthen public resolve in eradicating child labor and promoting child rights. Speakers emphasized the need for collective action, education, and awareness at the grassroots level to prevent child labor. The program featured discussions on the legal framework, child rights, and the role of Child Helpline 1098 in rescuing and protecting children in distress. Community leaders were urged to play a key role in spreading awareness and educating families and child labor laws and the importance of education for every child. The Governor of Nagaland hosted the felicitation program for HSLC and HSSLC toppers and achievers at Raj Bhawan in Kohima, recognizing students who excel in the 2025 examinations. Lungihyang Le Ring from St. Paul Higher Secondary School, Dimapur, and Vikono Senutsu from Government Higher Secondary School, Jotsuma, were among the top performers honored. Advisor School Education and SCRT Dr. Kerkrelo Yome encouraged students to cultivate resilience, work hard, and contribute their abilities to society. They even acknowledged exceptional academic achievements, including Governor's Awards for toppers, achievers in specific subjects, government school students, and students from Eastern Nagaland.
Today, the Honorable Governor's Office has instituted the award for which we will be giving. Then we have one of our own, the 1927 graduate, the third graduate amongst the Nagas, Honorable Mayan Mokcha, a name for which has been given in Mokchun also. His family has instituted an award called the Mayan Mokcha Award. I was told that he never wanted to become an officer or never wanted to serve the government. As the third Naga graduate, he wanted to devote his best for educating his people, and to him we are today commemorating all these awards. Awards which we will not be giving today includes the, what do we call, the CMMSF Award, which is the Chief Minister's Meritorious Students Fellowship, which will be conducted separately. Then under the Department of School Education, we have our own award to recognize our government schools which perform well. But I must tell you, children, today you all are under the theme of uniform. whether you come from different parts of the country, whether you are from different tribes, whether you are from different institutions. What is common to student life is the idea of uniform. Like all are equal in the eyes of God, the Almighty. For the eyes of the children, you are all equal. Your success brings tears, joy, happiness to your teachers, to your parents, and therefore it is in the youth, in the children that the hope and the aspiration of the future is there. 2004 batch, Ajay Mokhtan, who is running a profession as the Assistant Commissioner in Mohokchun, he has given his speech, and I remember he mentioned about boldness. It is your confidence, it is your boldness which will define who you are. Today, essentially, you are toppers, successful people because of your metrics in your marks. The numerics define who you are today. But as you prepare, it will not be your numerals, it will not be your marks, but it will be on how you motivate yourself with boldness. And as he also rightly mentioned, he mentioned about health. We have the need for physical health. 21st century is all about the mantra of wellness. It talks about mental health. So I hope his message will go down with us. And sir, we are very happy.
Following a portion of National Highway 2's collapse near the Kisama exit gate, stakeholders have united to restore the vital roadway. Lok Sabha MP S. Supongmiran Jamir praised the swift response and unity displayed by key stakeholders during a follow-up visit to the site. He thanked the Kisama Village Council, affected landowners, district administration, contractor and NHIDCL team for their proactive efforts in initiating immediate repairs. NHIDCL officials and the contractor assured completion of restoration work within 10 days, which Jamir urged them to adhere to, emphasizing NH2's importance for intra- and interstate connectivity. Jamir highlighted the significance of collective effort, stating, "This collective effort is a strong reminder of how much we can achieve when we come together in times of need," encouraging continued unity for the greater public good. The District Planning and Development Board DPDB of Meluri held its second meeting on June 11, 2025 at DB's Court, Meluri. Chaired by Advisor NNRE and NSDMA Z Nuthe Nuthe, the meeting reviewed previous discussions, including the approval of a new private school at Shiloy Lake, Lutsam. The Lumding Forkatting Railway Station doubling project in Nagaland is facing an uncertain future due to persistent challenges that need to be addressed by the state government. Northeast Frontier Railway officials warned that if these issues are unresolved, the project might be rerouted, potentially bypassing Nagaland. This warning was conveyed to Nagaland's Lok Sabha MP S. Supongmiran Jamir during his visit to Dimapur, Sukhovi and Molvom railway stations. The railway officials highlighted several hurdles including inadequate staff accommodation and poor road conditions. They also proposed setting up essential infrastructure like a permanent police outpost and livestock quarantine facility. Despite these challenges, progress has been noted at Molvom railway station, which is expected to be operational within 2 to 3 months. A two-day workshop on CORS and GEOID model application in land surveying was jointly organized by the Urban Development Department and Water Resources Department, Nagaland in collaboration with the Survey of India at the conference hall of the Chief Engineer, Water Resources. The workshop aimed to impart training on high-precision positioning and elevation data using CORS networks and GEOID models. Chief Engineer E.R. Tefusalia Gozi and Additional Director Tara Chufiltu emphasized the importance of learning new technologies and interdepartmental coordination to tackle challenges like climate change. The workshop featured online presentations on Naksha, CORS and GEOID models applications, enhancing participants' knowledge and skills in land surveying and mapping. Viewers, will be back after a short break. Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Nltv English Primetime. The Nagaland Department of Power has announced a scheduled power shutdown for the 132 kV Kifri-Meluri transmission line on June 12, 2025, from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. The shutdown is necessary for maintenance work at the 132-33 kV Meluri substation. Residents in Kifri, Twinsang, Shamator, and Noklak districts will be affected during this period. The Department of Power has requested the cooperation of consumers and the public in these areas, citing the need to bear the inconvenience for a stable power supply in the long run. Similar maintenance-related shutdowns have been scheduled in other parts of Nagaland, highlighting the department's efforts to improve power infrastructure. Officials from the Nagaland Public Health Engineering Department conducted a ground inspection at Kuda Village, Dimapur District on June 11, 2025. To assess the status and functionality of Jal Jeevan Mission JJM water supply scheme. The team interacted with local stakeholders including Anganwadi workers and village functionaries to review water quality, infrastructure readiness and community participation. The JJM, a flagship initiative of the Government of India, aims to provide functional household taps connection to every rural household, ensuring quality and quantity in water service delivery. The inspection highlighted the government's focus on community engagement, sustainability and transparency in rural water supply projects, with the PHED emphasizing the importance of safe drinking water access, local ownership and regular water testing. Two meritorious government school students from Nagaland, Shetilu Midio and Ruzukre Government High Secondary School in Kohima and Iris Zomawi Lushai from Chumukjima Government Higher Secondary School have been selected to attend the Sakura Science High School Program SSHP 2025 in Japan. The program, scheduled from June 13 to June 21, aims to cultivate scientific curiosity, promote cultural exchange, and encourage international collaboration among outstanding high school students. The Japan Science and Technology Agency JST spearheads the initiative, supported in India by the Ministry of Education under the Samagra Shiksha Nagaland initiative. During their 7-day visit, the students will engage in comprehensive visit to Japanese schools, universities, and technological and cultural sites, and deliver brief presentations. Gihukali Sema, a postgraduate teacher from Government High Secondary School Chumukjima, will supervise the students during their visit, which is fully sponsored by the ministry. The Mon Town Council organized a ward seminar on cleanliness and healthcare on June 12, 2025, at the Konyak Union Office. Deputy Commissioner Wenyu Konyak emphasized the importance of practical implementation of cleanliness and health practices, appealing to residents to maintain their surroundings and work together for their benefit. The seminar featured sessions on solid waste management, vector-borne diseases, and prevention. Resource person Horticulture Inspector Chingak P.W. Konyak and DVBPO Dr. Aben shared valuable insights. The event included cultural performances and concluded with a vote of thanks by Y. President of All Ward Union Montown. The Directorate of Health and Family Welfare (DHNFW) Nagaland reaffirmed its commitment to maintaining a tobacco-free office during a formal observance program on June 11. The initiative aligns with a January 2023 notification designating the Directorate as a tobacco-free zone. Officials highlighted the harmful effects of tobacco, citing data that 43% of adults in Nagaland use tobacco and outlined guidelines prohibiting smoking, spitting, and tobacco advertisements within office premises. An anti-tobacco community has been set up to enforce the policy and raise awareness. The Directorate urged staff and visitors to cooperate in maintaining a tobacco-free environment, concluding the program with a pledge ceremony. The Directorate of Higher Education Nagaland congratulated the first batch of science students from Sao Chang College, Twinsang, for successfully completing 2 internship programs in medical diagnostics and electrification technology. Students gain hand-on experience at the Integrated Molecular Diagnostic and Research Laboratory at District Hospital Twinsang and ITI Twinsang, developing practical skills in molecular biology, lab diagnostics, electrical installations, and energy systems. The Directorate praised this milestone for bridging classroom learning with real-world application, equipping students with critical technical knowledge and experience for their future careers. This initiative highlights a growing focus on skill development and applied science education in Nagaland's higher education institutions. The central government's current priority in Manipur is to bring about reconciliation between the Meiteis and Kukizos, the two communities embroiled in ethnic strife for over 2 years, rather than immediately removing the president's rule in the state, with over 258 people killed and 60,000 displaced since May 2023. The government is focusing on addressing the grievances of both communities and restoring normalcy. The Meitei groups insist on maintaining the state's territorial integrity, while the Kukizo outfits demand a separate administration from the hill districts where they reside. BJP sources indicate that government formation can only be considered after a rapprochement is needed between the communities. Despite 44 MLAs claiming readiness to form a government, the center's immediate focus remains on handling the ethnic strife. Former Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh revealed that the center supports the people's demand for a popular government in the conflict-hit state. Following his meeting with Union Home Minister Amit Shah in New Delhi, Singh, accompanied by Rajya Sabha MP Lishemba Sanajaoba, briefed central leaders on Manipur's ongoing unrest, which has claimed over 260 lives and displaced thousands since May 2023. Shah assured Singh that the center shares the goal of installing a popular government and will act after reviewing the situation. Efforts are underway to convene a meeting with representatives from various communities to mediate peace. Singh also discussed the issue of illegal immigration, submitting a memorandum requesting an extension of the 30-day deadline for verifying suspected illegal immigrants. Shah assured Singh that the center will prioritize Manipur's interests and appeal for peaceful protests. The Deputy Commissioner of Kamrup Metro, Sumit Satawan, flagged off a 40-day integrated health campaign in Guwahati, aiming to screen and treat at-risk population for STIs, HIV, TB, hepatitis B and C. The campaign, following similar initiatives in Nagaon, Tinsukia, and Kachar, will use a hybrid outreach program to detect and connect people to treatment services. Satawan emphasized the importance of target-based goals, particularly among college-going students vulnerable to high-risk behaviors. The campaign aligns with the National AIDS Control Organization's 95-95-95 target to eliminate AIDS and as a public health threat by 2030. Focusing on no internet search was conducted on this specific topic. A minor boy has been sent to jail on charges of rape filed by the family of a young woman who gave birth to a child allegedly fathered by him. The boy's family acknowledges his involvement and accepts legal punishment if he is found guilty, but demands a DNA test to establish paternity. Tensions escalate as the boy's family claims intimidation by the woman's relatives and alleges she threatened to move into their house. Attempting to force marriage, this complex case raises questions about juvenile justice, particularly in case of serious crimes like rape. In similar cases, the legal system has grappled with balancing punishment and rehabilitation for minors. For instance, a 2013 gang rape case in India led to debates about capital punishment for juveniles, resulting in the perpetrator being sent to a reformation facility. The outcome of this case will likely depend on the judicial consideration of the evidence, including the DNA test results.
আমরা এখন কেস মামলা একটা করা লাগবো করিয়া এখন তো আমরা বাসা লাগবো না তখন আমরা বাসা তারা রাস্তা পাড়ে উঠছি আমরা দেয় না আমরা তো এখন বাসা লাগবো এখন বাসার উপায় নাই আমরা খাই রাইতে দিনে তারা চাই আমি করলে করলে অপা যাই হবা তাকি আর কারণ আমার তার উপায় নাই তাহলে আমার হুয়া যদি দোষীও তা আমি দোষ ফিন্দিম এখনও কইছি আইনও গেছে আইনও বিলিকা যদি আমার হুয়া দোষী হয় তা আমি দোষ ফিন্দিম আর যদি দোষী হয় না নির্দোষী হয় তা আমার হুয়া তো অত্যাচার কিতা লাগে 17 বছর হুয়ার বয়স দুদিন তারা এখন চাই জুলে বললে করতা তারা বাইক উঠাই দিতা তারা বাইক উঠাইয়া চাই জোরজবস্তি করতা রাস্তা বাটে গাড়াগাড়ি আর কি করতা কোনো বাড়ি দিরা কোনো গালি দিরা কোনো জুয়া করতাও নানান ধরনের তারা করতা বাড়ির সামনে আমরা গালাগালি করতা এখন তার আমার উপায় নাই কেস মামলা না করলে তার উপায় নাই আমি চাইলাম কেস করতাম না এখন কেস না করলে উপায় নাই কেস করাও লাগে যা বাপ আর আনর ওরা তারা বাইয়ান 2-3 জন আসুন 4 জন ও তারা খুব ঘুরাফেরা করতা দিনে রাইতে ঘুরাফেরা করতা আমি বারবার আমার সুযোগ দিই না আমি কাম কাজও যাইতাম কাম কাজের আমার সুযোগ দিই না পারে এবার আমার উপায় নাই
A disturbing incident has come to light in Golaghat, where advocate Roman Kalita has filed a complaint against his son, advocate Raja Kalita, alleging physical assault in a public space. This marks the second instance of such an occurrence, leaving Roman Kalita emotionally distressed. Raja Kalita has vehemently denied the allegation, labeling his father's complaint as false. The father-son conflict involving two legal professionals has garnered significant public and media attention in Golaghat. Such conflicts often stem from deeper issues including lack of communication, authoritarian dynamics, or unresolved differences. Open dialogue and empathy can help resolve these conflicts, allowing both parties to find common ground and work towards healing their relationship.
প্ৰথমে মোৰ আপোনালোকলৈ নমস্কাৰ আজি মোৰ ঘৰ গোলাঘাট ধনচিপাৰা শালমৰা বনৰ সমীপত মোৰ ডাঙৰ পুত্ৰ ৰজা কলিতাই আজি বহুদিনৰ পৰা মোক অত্যাচাৰ কৰি আহিছে শাৰীৰিকভাৱে অপদস্থ কৰিছে প্ৰয়োজনপেক্ষক মাৰপিটো কৰিছে 24/5/2025 তাৰিখে ধনুৰালী নিৰ্বাহৰ কামত পুল এটা বহলাই মোৰ ৰাইজৰ লগত মতভেদ হৈ আছিলে মই ৰাইজৰ আগত মই ৰাস্তা নিৰ্মাণকাৰী সন্থা মই কৈছিলোঁ ৰাস্তাৰ দুৰ্গতে দিনটো হ'লে ভাল হয় কিন্তু সেইটো কথা মোৰ কথাটো নেমানি বিহাৰী কেইঘৰ মানুহৰ প্ৰচনাত পৰি পেলাই পুল এটা বহাবলৈ বিচাৰে সেই পুলটোৰ পৰা ডাইৰেক্ট মানুহবোৰৰ ফালে যাবলৈ ধৰে আৰু সেই মানুহবোৰৰ হৈ মই প্ৰতিবাদ কৰিবলগীয়া হ'লে প্ৰতিবাদ কৰি পেলাই সেই তেতিয়া কামটো সিহঁতে কৰিব পৰা নাছিলে মই বাধা দিছিলোঁ মই সেইটো সময়তে ৰাজা কলিতা আহি উপস্থিত হ'লে ৰাজা কলিতা উপস্থিত হৈ কোনো কাৰণ নকৰি মই কালাৰত ধৰিলে ইয়াত ঘোচা মাৰিলে আৰু মোক বহুতো চোচৰাই লৈ যায় তাত মই বহুত মানে টেনশ্যন মানে বহুত মই আঘাত পালোঁ বহুত মানে ধৰ মানে মানুহজনী সৰুৰে তাত পৰি আছিলোঁ মই বছৰে মই মোক পানী চানিছিলে মোৰ এনেকুৱাই মোৰ লাগিলে বুজাটো যিয়ে নহওক গ'ল কথা গ'ল মই ৰাতি থানাত এজাহাৰ দিবলৈ আহিলোঁ মই উপায়টো নাই মোৰতো জইণ্ট ফেমিলি ইয়াত নাই মোৰ হৈ কোনে মাত মাতিব সিটো ধৰ গুণ্ডা প্ৰকৃতিৰ মানুহ সংগঠনত পৰে তাৰ এগেষ্টে হাকি দিবলৈ মানুহে ভয় কৰে গতিকে মোৰ আশ্ৰয় থল মোৰ গোলাঘাট থানাখনেই হ'ব আৰু মই গোলাঘাট থানাৰ অচিচাৰক মই এজাহাৰ দিলোঁ অচিচাৰে মোক মানে বুজালে আমি গোটেই থানাখন আছো তুমি চিন্তা কৰিব নালাগে কিবা হ'লে এনেও আমাক ফোন কৰিবা আমি আছো আৰু এইটো হৈ গ'ল 2018 চনত মই সত্যনাৰায়ণ পূজা এটা পাতিছিলোঁ বহুত টকা খৰচা কৰি পাতিছিলোঁ মই সেই পূজাটোত সি নেমানিলে নাৰায়ণ পূজাটো সি নেমানিলে নেমানাৰ কাৰণে মই মাকৰ লগত টকাটকি হৈ গ'ল তাৰপিছত মাক পুতেকে দেউতাই লগ হৈ পেলাই মোৰ 3খন গাড়ী কাঢ়িছিলে এইদিনাখনে এখন এষ্টিম এখন ইণ্ডিগো গাড়ী আৰু এখন ভেস্পা গাড়ী আৰু সেই ভাগি পেলাই সি উল্লাস কৰিছিলে কাক মাতিয়ান না মাতিয়ান যদি সময় আছে
The Eastern Zone of the Garo Students Union GSU staged a one-day office picketing at the District Transport Office, DTO in Meghalaya's East Garo Hills, demanding the immediate transfer of the current DTO in charge due to allegations of misconduct and administrative irregularities. The protest, joined by leaders from all regional GSU units, marks the first major phase of their broader agitation against the officers' continued tenure. Despite initial peaceful efforts, including a poster campaign on June 2, the union felt compelled to escalate their protests after authorities summoned GSU leaders for questioning, which they saw as dismissive. GSU President Goira Sangma emphasized the need for officers' transfer to improve efficiency and transparency, stating that the union won't go back down until the officer is removed. The Papum Pare administration, led by newly appointed Deputy Commissioner Vishakha Yadav, is proactively preparing for the monsoon season by strengthening public health readiness. A district-level steering committee meeting was held to strategize coordinated efforts against diarrheal diseases, which often surge during the rainy season. The Stop Diarrhea campaign aims to reduce child mortality and improve overall public health through a holistic approach, including mass awareness of ORS and zinc usage, improved hand washing and sanitation practices, and universal access to safe drinking water. Key stakeholders from various departments attended the meeting, and Yadav emphasized the importance of a collaborative approach to improve health parameters in the district. In Arunachal Pradesh remote Chatong village, residents predominantly from the Wangcho tribe have taken matters into their own hands and built a wooden bridge to ease communication bottlenecks. Despite limited resources, over 100 villagers contributed financially and through community service to complete the bridge. The villagers had been suffering due to the lack of a proper bridge, forcing them to take a 40-kilometer detour through the neighboring Tirap district to reach their district headquarters. The bridge's construction is seen as a testament to the villagers' determination to improve their lives amidst years of government neglect. A severe storm swept through Moregaon district on June 11, causing widespread destruction and claiming the life of Lakpati Rajpur, who died after being struck by a flying tin sheet torn off by strong winds. The storm uprooted trees, blocked roads, and damaged homes, leaving several families displaced. Local authorities are assessing the damage, and relief efforts are expected to follow. Similar severe weather events have caused devastation in other regions, resulting in multiple fatalities. Green Mizoram Day was celebrated across the state on June 11 with renewed commitment to environmental protection and sustainable development. This year's theme, Plant Trees and Catch the Rain, highlights the vital role of afforestation in water conservation and ecosystem resilience. State Environment, Forest and Climate Change Minister Lalthang Sangha emphasized the crucial role trees play in preserving groundwater, preventing soil erosion and sustaining biodiversity. Governor General RTD Vijay Kumar Singh and his wife Bharti Singh joined the celebration by planting the state tree Har Hasi on Raj Bhavan premises, stressing the urgent need for intensified afforestation efforts amid the escalating global climate change crisis. Since its inception in 1999, Green Mizoram Day has led to planting of over 46 lakh trees across the state. The Jagannath Dev Snan Yatra festival was celebrated at the Agartala ISKCON Mission and Jagannath Temple, drawing a large gathering of devotees. During the ceremony, Lord Jagannath, Lord Balabhadra, Goddess Subhadra, and Chakraraja Sudarshan were brought to the Snan altar, where 108 kalas of holy water were poured over them. Following the bathing ritual, Lord Jagannath was adorned in a Gajavesh according to tradition. A glimpse of Lord Jagannath during this festival is believed to absolve devotees of their sins. After Snan Yatra, the Ansar period begins, during which Lord Jagannath is kept in a secret location, symbolically undergoing treatment for illness, and is hidden from devotees' view. Ace weightlifter Sampol Lapung and 3 other athletes from Arunachal Pradesh, Kojum Taba, Markio Tario and Balo Yalam, have been selected for the 2025 IWF Senior World Weightlifting Championships trials. Lapung's inclusion follows swift action from Union Minister Kiren Rijiju after Lapung was previously excluded from the 2025 Commonwealth Championship trials, sparking allegation of regional discrimination. The East Coming Social Welfare and Cultural Organization has submitted a formal appeal to Rijiju, prompting his intervention. Lapung, a consistent gold medalist at the Senior National Weightlifting Championships, will join the trials alongside Taba, Tario and Yalam. Additionally, 3 others Arunachal athletes, Tara Pungni, Tinku Golom and Tayar Ronik, have been selected for the 2025 Commonwealth Youth Junior and Senior Weightlifting Championship in Ahmedabad, with Tara Pungni exempted from selection trials. A devastating plane crash occurred near Ahmedabad airport on Thursday when an Air India flight bound for London crashed shortly after takeoff, resulting in at least 40 fatalities. The flight carrying 232 passengers and 10 crew members went down in the Meghaninagar area, triggering widespread panic and chaos. Emergency services, including the fire brigade, have been deployed to the location for rescue operations. Before the crash, the pilot issued a mayday call to the air traffic control. The cause of the crash is currently unknown and the condition of the remaining passengers and crew is being assessed. Rescue efforts are underway with thick plumes of smoke visible from a distance. The family of Raj Kushawa, one of the accused in the murder of Indore businessman Raja Raghuvanshi, has come out in his defense, denying his involvement as the mastermind behind the crime. Kushawa's sister, Suhani, claims that Sonam, Raghuvanshi's wife, is trying to save herself by lying to the police. Suhani believes her brother would tell the truth when questioned by the Meghalaya police, since he isn't the mastermind. Kushawa's mother also questioned the logic behind her son's alleged involvement, pointing out that he had no enmity with the victim and wouldn't benefit from his death, especially since it was Sonam's wedding. According to the police, Sonam and Raj Kushawa allegedly conspired to murder Raja Raghuvanshi during their honeymoon in Meghalaya, hiring 3 killers to execute their plan.
वो दीदी बिल्कुल इस टाइम पे उनको कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा, उनको लगता है कि वो कैसे भी करके बच जाए, तो वो झूठ बोल रही है। मेरे को तो ऐसे ही लगता है कि वो झूठ बोल रही है इस टाइम पे मेरे भैया बिल्कुल जो भी बता रहे होंगे पुलिस से, जो भी बोल रहे होंगे मेघालय पुलिस से, वो बिल्कुल सच बोल रहे होंगे, क्योंकि उनको इस वक्त सिर्फ हम लोग दिखाई दे रहे होंगे, उनका परिवार दिखाई दे रहा होगा। जो सच है वो वही बोल रहे होंगे, वो झूठ नहीं बोल सकते इस टाइम पे। वो क्यों झूठ बोलेंगे जब उनने ये साजिश रची ही नहीं है, पूरा मास्टरमाइंड वो थे ही नहीं, उनने ऐसा कुछ किया ही नहीं, तो वो बिल्कुल सच बोल रहे हैं वहाँ पे। ये चीज मेघालय पुलिस अच्छे से वो पूछताछ करे और वो सब समझ जाएगी कि मेरे भाई बिल्कुल सच बोल रहे हैं इस टाइम।
हाँ, गोविंद भैया बोला कि मैं राज के परिवार के साथ खड़ा हूँ और सच के साथ खड़े हैं, राज के परिवार के साथ भी खड़े हैं और सच के साथ भी खड़े हैं। बस मैं यही कहना चाहती हूँ, मैं किसी बच्चे को सजा के लिए नहीं बोल सकती। हाँ, हमने देखा, गोविंद भैया गए थे और उन्होंने बोला, अपने मुंह से बोला कि मेरे को और राज को बिठा के सोनम राखी बांधती थी और हमेशा दीदी दीदी करके बोलता था। राज का उसका कोई ऐसा प्रभाव नहीं था, ये सब झूठ है। उनने ऐसा बोला, सच ही बोला। मेरे को ये लग रहा भैया राज मास्टर क्यों बनेगा? शादी सोनम की हुई, ससुराल सोनम को जाना है। राजा भैया राज के कोई दुश्मन तो नहीं थे। राजा भैया को राज मेरा जानता भी नहीं था बेचारा, उसको क्या पता था कि ऐसा क्या होने वाला। ससुराल सोनम को जाना था, शादी सोनम की हुई थी, सोनम का पति था, सोनम मास्टर बनेगी कि राज मास्टर बनेगा? राज को क्या जरूरत है उसके मास्टर? उसके मरने से, राजा के मरने से राज को क्या मिलेगा? मेघालय की पुलिस सरकार को भी ये चीज की लगना चाहिए कि शादी।
The United States and China have reached a tentative trade agreement that aims to ease tensions between the two nations. According to President Donald Trump, the deal involves China lifting curbs on rare earth mineral exports in exchange for reduced trade restrictions, including increased access for Chinese students to American universities. Trump announced the agreement on Truth Social, stating that China would supply full magnets and any necessary rare earths upfront. However, despite this breakthrough, trade relations remain complex, with tariff levels still at historic highs and restriction on Chinese autos and advanced AI chips remaining in the place. The agreement is pending final approval from both Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping. Trump's administration has enforced steep trade barriers, including a 10% universal tariff and an extra 20% on Chinese goods linked to fentanyl concerns. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin Jian confirmed that both sides reached a consensus on the framework of measures to implement the important consensus reached by the two heads of state, stressing that China always honors its commitment with concrete actions. This is all for Nltv English Primetime. For more news and updates, keep watching Nagaland TV.